All right, welcome back. Good morning. I'm super hyper. I think it's like 7 a.m. I've been up since 4 a.m. doing a bunch of DeFi stuff and starting the week really, really strong here. I want to talk about stablecoins and the ridiculous yield you can earn on them. Like ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, yeah, not 3% per day. We got to let that go. If you want to be successful in DeFi, we got to let that go. But I'm talking about, I don't know what the bank gets me, 0.1%, probably less. I have a well-diversified stock portfolio that doesn't even come close to doing what you can do here. And the liquidity in my stock portfolio is not the same as this. It's liquid, but it's not even close to this. Plus, it's in a tax-sheltered account, which makes it a little bit complex. But anyways, what I want to get at is if I'm waiting for a project, and by the way, use the comments. You're entered into our weekly giveaway. And if anything lands, do leave it because I want to anchor it. I believe information should be free, which is why we have this YouTube channel. Yes, we have the Underdog Investor Group. If you want the implementation, if you want the community, if you want to be looking at new projects way before they're out on YouTube, if you want the education, then we got that there for you. If you want the implementation of the education, the community, the masterminds, the coaching, all of that. But I believe information should be free, which is why I don't hold anything back here. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I could earn 60%, 70%, 40% on my money, on my dollars, I would have, A, I wouldn't have believed you at all. 2, I would have called it a scam. 3, I would have, if it wasn't, and it was actually legit, I would have put every single penny I have. Now, does that mean true DeFi and what we're talking about here is completely risk-free? No. There's potential for impermanent loss. Even with stablecoins, they could depeg. There's potential for hacks on the protocol. There's potential for many things, which is why we diversify, we spread out, we even diversify between chains. If 100% of your assets, please listen when I say this. Let me know in the comments if this lands. If 100% of your assets, even if you're diversified between different projects, is all on the same blockchain, we're taking unnecessary risk. And this is why I think people lose money is they find something great, they put everything into it, and then it turns out it's not so great. And they could have saved themselves a lot of pain if they would have diversified out between protocols, between projects, between assets, and between chains. And so here's what, and I'll make this really quick. Let's say you want to make, to me, it still blows my mind that you can do 50% on stablecoin, but let's say that's what you're going for. You got some savings, you're sitting on some stablecoin, there's nothing you really want to invest in right now, and you just want to earn some yield as you sit back and, do whatever you do in life, work, job, business, whatever you do, and you come home and you're a little bit richer than you were when you left. That is the only path to wealth. They say that there's only 2 ways to get rich or to get money, and it's false, but they say there's 2 ways. You either make more money or you spend less. And that is so 1990s thinking. We don't live in that day and age anymore. Inflation is at an all-time high. Things are getting more expensive. There's 3 ways. You make more money, you lower your expenses, or 3, you invest. And so you don't get to a point in your life where you don't want to earn a couple $1,000,000 over your entire lifetime, which most people will. If you make 80 grand a year, 50 grand a year, times 25 years, what's that going to be? If you make 200 grand a year times 20 years, what's that going to be? You don't want to end up in a place, and think about this. Let's say you've made, you're 25 and you've made $50,000 a year for the last 5 years. So you made $250,000. How much do you currently have? Chances are it's a lot less than that. For 98% of people, it's a lot less. If you've been working 40 years and you've made $5 million over your lifetime, because you probably have, like if you actually calculate it, how much of that do you actually have? Most people, it's a lot less. The chart looks like this. They're making money, but what they have is less and less. We want to inverse that. We want to invest our money. So every year we invest 50. Now it's worth 60 or 70, or in this case, it would be worth a lot more than that. Or in true DeFi, we've doubled our bag at times, not our entire bag, but we've doubled positions. So if you invest 100, next year it's worth 180. And yes, you're still earning money in a job or business or whatever. But eventually there comes a point where you've made 500 grand, but you're worth 700 grand. Now you're playing the game and you're winning the game. And so to me, if I just have money sitting somewhere, I still want it doing something for me. I never want it just sitting there because I know it's losing value and that gives me anxiety. Just some money sitting in my bank account is losing money right now. That stresses me out. I don't like that. I want an earning yield. And so worst case, I want to put it into something. So I went on DeFi Llama. We use them a lot. I went Stablecoins and I went highest APY, and we're going to go down the list. I bookmarked a few. Harvest Finance is like a yield aggregator, much like Beefy. I'll share a link to the Beefy video somewhere here. That is a yield optimizer, we'll call it. I believe that's even what they call themselves, where they will do the yield farming for you. Now, that does present a risk. There is a level of control you're giving up to Harvest Finance or to Beefy Finance. And be aware of that. Even if parts of it are smart contract based and smart contract run, there's still an added risk. And so I try to limit Beefies or Harvest or any of those platforms. I will do it for education, or I will do it and show someone if they're just getting into it so they can see the returns. Now, people love the dashboards that you get on Beefy and Harvest because you can see what you're earning, but you can also go to a site like APY Vision and connect your MetaMask, and it gives you a really nice display if you're in a bunch of different liquidity pools or you're earning yield in a lot of different projects. It'll create a nice display for you, and it's fairly accurate. APY Vision, you can Google it. So Harvest Finance has some USDR. So the risk here would be a smaller market cap, stablecoin depegging USDR. Is it super proven? We'd have to do some research. How is it backed? I've already done my research and I feel good enough to put a little bit, earn some on that and convert into USDC and USDT. So Harvest Finance has some stuff going on. Aura, which is on Ethereum, so you do have to have a little bit more to get into this because the gas fees are going to be so high, but they have a DAI USDC USDT pool at 70%, 70% on your stablecoin. Beefy, don't do this one. I looked into it. Don't do it. Aura's got another pool here. Looks like the same thing. Osmosis has some stuff going on. Pancake Swap, don't do that one. But if you look at this, DAI and USDC, this is most likely a concentrated liquidity pool at 43%. Do I care if it's a concentrated liquidity pool? I'll open it here. The answer is no, because it is on Ethereum, so gas fees will be higher. But do I care that it's a concentrated liquidity pool? No, because the chance of DAI or USDC moving out of this range is slim to none, maybe for a brief moment. And so I'll be earning my yields on this. So no, I wouldn't care. That one is on Ethereum, but Pancake Swap, you can also get into almost the same pool on the Binance Smart Chain, which we'll try to find here. PearlFi has a ton of projects for stablecoins. What else we got here? PearlFi's, again, got a ton of stuff going on. I want to show you one more thing. So Pancake Swap, and that's Arbitrum. Arbitrum would be a better bet because lower gas fees. This is Arbitrum. Here we go. DAI and USDT on Pancake Swap at 60%. This would be something that would be worth looking into. Whoops. Because it's on the Binance Smart Chain. So gas fees would be obviously a lot lower. It is a concentrated liquidity pool, meaning you are basically selecting a range of which you want to add liquidity to. I will be doing a video on this week on this to explain the concept. It's a simple concept to understand, fairly complex concept if you actually get into the mechanics of it, but just understand you're providing liquidity in a range. You will earn fees as long as the price of those assets stay in that range. If they move out of that range, you don't lose your money. You don't lose your money, but you're not making fees. And of course, you can see impermanent loss, which I'll do a video on that as well if you like. If this doesn't amp you up, that you can earn this amount of return on just stablecoin, we're not talking about, you can do a % a day in true DeFi. Now, those results and those yields don't last. It's not like you're getting rug pulled from it. All I'm saying is new protocols pop up. They incentivize users to add liquidity, and you can make some wicked returns. You don't have to rely on DApp, on ROI dApps, centralized teams. I don't care what you pitch me. I did a video a few days ago where you could see my Telegram. Every day I get pitched. Hey, make 3% per day, plus we'll give you a 10% referral, plus will. delete, 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 delete. No more interested in it because I think we've all been let down over and over and over by even really awesome teams. They've just let us down over and over. And so it's why 98% of what I do is in true DeFi. 2% of it, I'll still gamble it, but that's all those plays are. They're gambles. In and out, in and out. This stuff, very different. And we've had 2 or 3 kind of case study videos here. They're all talking about true DeFi. They're just like, it doesn't even take that much to manage. You can manage it on a few hours a week. I typically do this on Friday mornings. I'll rebalance my portfolio. I'll manage stuff. Sometimes I'll check in for 10, 15 minutes in the morning. And you have full control. And we're just talking stablecoins. We're not even talking blue chip stuff. Blue chip stuff, you can see 100% plus. Blue chips into some mid caps, you can see 300, 400%. Low caps, we've seen 800%. You have to be a lot more active for 800%. You have to be really watching for impermanent loss. Sometimes you have to be watching a chart to make sure that it's within your range. But you can combat that impermanent loss by ridiculous returns. Is this making sense? I hope this isn't going... I try to use as basic language as I can. There is an education that comes with this, and there is a little more ownership that has to be had. But once you get it, you can own this space. You can own your returns. You can own your rewards. That's that. I'm going to get out of here. Do check out DeFi Llama. Check out stablecoins. Hit APY if you like, or go through TVL, but hit APY, organize it however you want, and play around with it. Even for $5 or $10, just play with it. This is the future of finance. Banks don't have our best interest. I buy tokenized real estate all around the world. I could never do that before. The blockchain made that possible. The blockchain is the future, and decentralized finance is here to stay. Now, how it integrates with our current banking system and how they cooperate, that's anyone's guess. But money is pouring into DeFi, and now is the time to study this stuff and master this stuff. So I hope that helps. If we can support you in any other way, do leave a comment. If you'd like to join our community, of course, the invite is always there. If you are a part of our community, please check out this big picture strategy. We're holding mastermind calls. These mastermind calls will be held once a month. They're going to be in my Zoom room so we can actually meet face to face. We hold 2 calls a week right now, live streams and trainings, but these are going to be in my Zoom room where we can meet face to face, and we're going to have a tracking sheet. And we're going to fill out that tracking sheet as a community every single month. And that tracking sheet are 7 numbers that ultimately indicate if we're moving closer or further from true financial freedom, not just how much money we made. Because a lot of people make a lot of money and they're broke. A lot of people earn $200 a day in crypto and they're broke. They're worse than when they started because their expenses and their debt went up and all this stupid stuff. And I want to help support you in the Underdog Investor Group to create true financial freedom, true financial intelligence, and just understanding how money flows. It's not a scary thing. Money doesn't have to be a scary thing. It can literally be your best friend if we know how to leverage it and use it and have it make more money for us. And you can start with very little. You can turn a little into a lot. So if you'd like to join our community, do join it. I'll leave a link so you can learn about it below. And with that said, I'm going to get out of here. Have an awesome Sunday, and we'll talk soon. Peace.